Shows you that this is how you preserve the value of a color while toning it at the same time, because this tone color is not the same thing as this bright yellow right here. Not much of it left, but you can see it this way. It's not the same color because we've toned it with raw sienna, but first we had to lighten the value of raw sienna with white in order to bring the raw sienna up to a value 8. So when you are mixing to create and manipulate intensities, you have to remember that 8 plus 8, which is, 8, which is the value 8 Hansa yellow, plus value 8 toned raw sienna, or lightened raw sienna toner. 8 plus 8 equals 8. It does not equal 16. So you have to make sure that your toner is going to be the same value as the color you're mixing it into when you want to dull the intensity without lowering or raising the value. You can also do that if you use a dark toner and with something light. You know, you might end up raising the value, and when you want to keep the value the same, you have to make your toner the same value. Okay, so I want to look at the bottle. This is a bottle of Traditions Medium White. I'm going to turn it over here on the side and look and see what pigments make this color. It's a mixed color, it's not a pure pigment color. And first we have PW6, which is our titanium white. And secondly, we have a PBR7, which is our toner, and the third color is a PY42. Well, what color is PY42? Yellow oxide. So this bottle of medium white is actually a very soft toned yellow oxide. To know that this is really a yellow, because it doesn't look like it because we've toned it. So the PBR7 in this case, the toner that we've used, is raw umber, and you see that in there too. Now that you know what's in it, you can see it. It's good to look at the sides of your bottles and see what's in your mixes, and then look at the mix and see if you can recognize those colors in there. It's a good exercise. So yellow oxide is a medium intensity yellow, and it sits near the center of the wheel. We put the PW6, which is the white, in there to lighten the value of the color of yellow oxide. We lightened it to a value 8, and then we put the toner of raw umber in it. And the toner of raw umber is a value 2. Okay, so let's make a light toned blue now. I'm going to scrape this off into my yuck bucket. So we're going to use ultramarine blue, which is a value 3. Get my little value stick back here. And we're going to add some white to it. Let me put a little off to the side to measure with. We're going to add some white to that to make a toned blue. A light blue. Okay, so let's start adding. We're starting out as a value 3. We've added some white. It's lighter. Not a value 8 yet though, is it? Let's say somewhere between 5 and 6. Got more paint on this. Okay, so we have to add more white. So let's do that. A lot lighter. I'm thinking we're still only at about a value 7 because it is going to dry darker. Yeah, I think it's a 7. So let's add a little more white. Whoa, that was a lot more white. Alright then. Take that out of there. Now, it is looking like a value 8. And maybe I did need that white in there, because I'm going to put it all in there because it's going to dry down a value darker. Okay, let's see what we got. There's a 10, a 9, and an 8. I think when this dries, it will come down to a value 8. Okay, so we've gone from a value 3 blue, added white, and gone to a value 8 blue. Get paint all over me when I do this. And then I pick up a paper towel that's got even more paint on it. Okay. So, you know, I could use this as a background color. This is the light blue that you made in lesson 1 in module B. And I could, if I want to use this as a background color, I could, but this is kind of popping, and it would compete with anything that I put on top of it for attention. So I need to tone it. So I'm going to take some of this, and I think I'm going to add just a touch of black to it. So let's pull this over there. Let's pour out a little black. Got nearly empty bottles. So let's just put a touch of black in this. Okay, we still got a blue. Still have a light blue. But now it's sort of a blue-gray, isn't it? Because we've toned it. Now, wouldn't that make a whole lot more pleasing background color than this? Because this would not be competing with everything you put on top of it. It would embrace it and enhance it, but it would not try to beat it out for the attention. And I think that it dropped us a value too. Can you tell? It dropped us down to about a 7 because the black was a value 1. So we put a value 1 in with a value 8, and we had to lose some value. We had to lose some brightness and some lightness. We lost lightness with the black, and we lost brightness with the black also. So we lowered the value and we lowered the intensity as well. Okay. So now I'm going to put, let's get my light gray. Had it out here, or not. Let me grab it. Thought I was prepared. Okay, here's our light gray value 8. Okay. What do you see? Same value. Same value between the light blue 8 and the light gray 8. Okay? Let's mix these two together. We're going to do 8 plus 8 equals 8. Once again, we get a very nice, very pretty toned background color. It's still a light blue. It's still a value 8. See, it's still one value lighter than this. But now it is also a very nice toned light blue. So see, you can reduce the intensity, you can make it duller without reducing the value. All you have to do, 8 plus 8 equals 8. If you got a 6, 6 plus 6 equals 6. Same with a value 2. If you have add a value 2 toner to a value 2 color, you're going to stay a value 2. So if you like how light a color is, but not how bright it is, tone it with a color that has the same value. Because if you don't do that, then you will change the intensity and the value at the same time.